Peter here, aka Peter Freakout 10, and it's time for another update. Alright, we got a doozy of an update for you guys today because, for those who don't know, the past week I was actually away, and I bought a lot of stuff the past month. Unfortunately, I never got around to it. I figured why not show it in this video. And I'm going out again to get more stuff sometime later this month, but we got big stuff for you guys to show this month that I actually picked up. A lot of the stuff I was actually looking for a while. One thing I do want to get is the Freaked DVD. That's a DVD that I really want to get. I might get that. I'm gonna get that soon. But a lot here to show that I picked up. It's some really good stuff because I was away on a trip and I actually went to an FYE. I'll show what I got there a little bit. But starting off with the stuff that I got, of course, I have like two reading stuff, like the new Fangoria that I picked up, and a comic. I'll show what the comic is. And I have 3 games, 3 TV shows, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unless you count the DVDs, it's like 12, but they're all together in one. But starting off with the reading stuff, this is for, first one is for, of course, Fangoria. This is the newest one that I got. This one is issue 245. It has the stuff on Doom with The Rock, which I actually plan to see. I actually do think that looks interesting. This is the first news and picks. Of course, I'm going to see that. I love Doom 3. I'll give that a shot. I'll tell you guys what I think of it. But this one is, of course, for not only that, but it has The Devil's Rejects, which I saw. Awesome movie. I thought that was an amazing sequel. Devil's Rejects was awesome. Night Watch, which I've never seen. I might read up on that. I haven't read this yet. I've only read a couple of pages, but will read the rest. Another 100-page monster issue. Bruce Campbell, king of all horror media. Argento's latest. Do you like Hitchcock? The Skeleton Key and Land of the Dead. Those are what its focuses on. But that's this month. I'm going to read it soon. That's my usual Fangoria that I get every month. That's for this month I got. And the next one I got was for a comic that was a comic that I've been wanting to read for a while. This is part of New Line Cinema's House of Horror. The last one I got was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, so I had to get this one. Friday the 13th. This is the special, Friday the 13th special. This is issue 1. Many different covers. I got this one because I liked it the best. It was the cheapest. There was another one that I actually liked, but thinking about it now, I actually kind of like this one a little bit more. I like the look of Jason in this with the Kane Hodder sort of look. Really good detailed comic. I'm not kidding you. It's a really detailed comic. Really cool pictures. It has everything you could want a Friday the 13th comic. The gore and all that. Of course, the nudity. We haven't gotten that far, so I'm going to try not to read far into it, but that's Friday the 13th. I'll read the rest of it. Very good comic from what I've seen. But now on to the stuff that I bought with the movies and the games and whatnot. Starting off with the games, the first game that I actually got, this is another Marvel video game that I haven't started yet. A couple of these I already have. I'll show the next 2 that I started later. But this is one in particular that I thought looked really awesome. It had a cool feel to it, especially with this character. This is a Marvel character that I reviewed the film a couple years ago, and this is a game that's based more on the comic book world of this character rather than the movie world. But I really wanted to play this game. I thought it looked awesome and definitely had a cool GTA feel to it, and it definitely upped the stuff from the last game that this was based on. This, of course, The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. I got it for the PlayStation 2. There's also an Xbox version and a GameCube version, but I got the PlayStation 2 version. Really, from what it looks like a big step up from the last Hulk game that was based on the movie. Basically here, now you can like do different combos. You can actually do more with the destruction. You can actually take the cars and use them as boxing gloves. I actually thought that was a cool thing that they added. Really cool looking game. The graphics look really good. I'll start this later, but that's the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Those who want to see the back of it. 4.5 out of 5, official PlayStation Magazine. So it says there, the world is your weapon, which is true. Unstoppable movement, epic boss battles, ultimate destruction. That's the Incredible Hulk, ultimate destruction. Definitely excited to give that a shot. This one in particular, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? Why'd you get that? But I wanted to give this game a shot. I thought it looked funny. I haven't played any of the other games in this series. I know this was quite controversial when it came out. But it looked like a fun game. I figured why not give it a shot. I saw it for cheap. Got it for... It's also on PlayStation 2 and PC, but I figured why not pick it up on this. Because I hear it looks the best on the Xbox. But that is Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude. Yes, this game. Are you really expecting... Are you really seeing a reason why I bought this game? Yeah. But I thought it looked funny. It has that American Pie humor to it that I like. Especially if you guys know the webcomic Sabrina Online. It has that same sort of feel as this. And figured why not pick it up. Definitely looks really good. I've played it so far. It's actually a pretty fun game. It has a good sense of humor to it. Haven't played far enough to give my final thoughts, but so far it's actually really well done. Some good mini games. There's like one level in the game where you have to basically toss a coin into a thing, into like a cup, and if you don't get it enough, you have to drink all the way until you're drunk. It's a really well done game. I'll play the rest of it and I'll tell you guys what I think of it. But that's Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude for the Xbox. This one in particular, had to get for the collection because I love these games. I know this has taken a different turn from the last ones. Basically, it's a 007 game, but I already have Agent Under Fire. I like that game. Nightfire is my favorite 007 game. Call me crazy. I know people say GoldenEye, but Nightfire is my favorite. I love the feel of that game. I know Pierce Bronson is more in this game than he was in that because the only thing that they did was they face scanned Pierce Bronson in that. Here, he's the entire voice, and figured why not get it for that. And I know they took out the first-person view that they did, which I wasn't really that big a fan of with this game, the third person. I actually like the first person more, but it still is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I for what they did with it, I think it still is well done, the third-person view, and I think it's done pretty well for what they have to do. And that is, of course, 007 Everything or Nothing. I got this for the Xbox. Pierce Bronson's in this game, actually. He's not in Nightfire. You also got Willem Dafoe as your villain. Shannon Elizabeth is one of your Bond girls. I'm like, really? Shannon Elizabeth is a Bond girl? But Richard Kyle. John Cleese is in this game, too. I didn't know that John Cleese. Judi Dench reprises her role, but so far it's actually pretty fun. I'll give it this. It's actually really fun, even though I'm not a fan of the third-person mechanic. I'd much rather it be first-person. But for how it is, I think it's well done, the game. I'll say that. It's a well-done game from what I've played so far. It's a really great game. I wouldn't say it's the best Bond game. I'd probably say it's the second or third best, because the best to me will always be Nightfire. Agent Under Fire, I'd probably say that's the third one. And this is number 2. I know I'm going to sound crazy, but people like, you haven't put GoldenEye on there? I haven't played in a while. But now on to the TV shows. And the first TV show that I actually got was actually on the back of this Fangoria magazine. I was figured, why not check it out? Because I never got a chance to witness this show. I've heard many friends of mine who are horror fans, praise this show to death. And I really wanted to give it a try. I thought it looked really cool. It looked like many horror movies put into one package, so figured why not pick it up and give it a shot. Since I never got to experience this, I'll definitely be picking up the other seasons when I finish them and when I see them. But that is, of course, Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, this is the complete first season. It's a 2-disc set, and this little thing. Greetings, friends. Welcome to our first season collection of Dead Time stories. May all your screams come true. It's Crypt Keeper right there. Really cool packaging, I'll say that. Even though I'm not a fan of these pull-out things. I actually like them more in the thin little cases. I still think it's well done. Definitely well done. You open it up. Really short season, though. I'll say this. The one complaint I do have is this is a short season. There's only like 6 episodes, and that's all on the first disc. But on the second disc, it's mostly special features, which I'll talk about right here. In terms of special features, you got an all-new introduction by the Crypt Keeper, Tales from the Crypt, from comic books to television, Crypt Keeper's history of Season 1, there's subtitles, that's all, pretty much all there, but definitely, I've seen the first episode, and it's definitely a really good show, the first episode with William Sadler, so really good show so far from what I've seen. I hope it gets better as it goes along, because the first episode, I liked it. I just felt it could have been more to it, but still, I thought it was good for what it was. It is the pilot. I'm sure it'll get better as it goes along, but that is the first season of Tales from the Crypt. And the next show that I picked up, this is one that I actually was watching on TV, and I figured why not get the seasons for this. And this is a show that I was actually flipping through the channels, and I didn't think I'd like it, but I actually come to really enjoy this show, and I actually got like the first 2 seasons of it. I know one in particular, the second one's longer than the first, but it is Nip Tuck. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this show. It's a really popular show. Here's season 1. Big box, big. I'm surprised how big the box is. Like, look at that. Right there. And your things are like right there. But I really wanted to give this show a shot. I'm actually liking it so far. Really interesting show. This is definitely not a show that would seem like my cup of tea, because I'm just watching the first season. I haven't seen like the second season yet, because I want to work my way through this. But it's a show that may not be for everybody, but I like it for what it is. I like the cast. Dylan Walls, Julian McMahon, John Hensley, Valerie Cruz, Jolie Richardson, they all do fine for what they have to do in this show. Interesting concept, 2 guys who work in surgery, and as they work in surgery, they actually some of the surgeries kind of relate to a problem that they have like Dylan Walsh, his son wants to get a circumcision on his dick because he's afraid of how girls will react when they see it, or Julian McMahon's some of the patients may come in psychotic and they want particular things to be done on them. It's basically them trying to work around it as well as fix problems that they're having in their daily lives. It's an interesting show, and definitely it's not something that everybody's going to like, but from what I see, it's well done for what it is. But that's the first season. Here's the second season. Let me get this out, like right there. And if you are going to watch the show, be warned, there's a lot of nudity, which should please the men, but it's this different packaging. I actually kind of like this one a little better. Just putting it back there, but that's the first disc. This time an actual guide. Tells you about the characters right there. Get your episode guides right there. That's the guide. Now to the discs. Put this in, but disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, disc 4, disc 5, and disc 6. But yeah, that's Nip Tuck. Those are critics' reviews right there. Very popular show. If you guys are into that sort of soap opera drama, you guys may enjoy the show. Definitely be watching the rest so that so I can see where the story goes. These things are tough to get back in. Listen, Tuck. The next one is a film that actually figured why not check out, even though this company may not be my particular cup of tea, but this one particular I figured why not check out. I actually kind of like what they're going for with this movie, kind of taking a hit at superhero stuff. I like the look of it, fact that, did he have a hand in this? No, someone else, but I figured why not check this out, start getting into this company. This is definitely not a company that's for everybody. I know particular people who do not like this company, but I like it for what it is. I like their films for what they are. I like Mother's Day is another one that I want to get. I really want to see if I can find. But this one particular is basically the main reason everybody loves this company. This movie is where everybody's love for this company started. And that's, of course, Troma, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about. The Toxic Avenger. I was actually kind of surprised I found this at an FYE, because I have a hard time finding this film, but this is, yeah, it's a French version, but I think you all know. I have never seen this film, I'll say that. I've never seen The Toxic Avenger. I just know that there's a lot of people who their love for Troma started from this. This is directed by Michael Hurst and Lloyd Kaufman, who also produced the film. Lloyd Kaufman is the founder of Troma. I think you guys know what this is about, but I know about it. Basically, takes place in this place called Tromaville, and this guy named Melvin gets disfigured after a prank gone wrong, and he comes back as this superhero bent on fighting crime. Looks like a fun film. Definitely some good features. Some behind-the-scene pics. There's deleted scenes. Toxic 15 years later featurette. There's the Toxic Crusaders cartoon. But definitely nice to have this for the collection. Definitely can't wait to see what this film offers. But it's Toxic Adventure. And the next movie that I got, this is one to add to my particular collection for this series. I wanted to basically check these films out, and I have the first one, The Fast and the Furious. I might watch this soon. Actually, I may watch this soon. Directed by Rob Cohen, who would go on to direct Triple X with Vin Diesel, and he's doing Stealth, which I plan to see soon. But that's the first Fast and the Furious. I showed this a couple years ago when I got it. So had to get the sequel because Tokyo Drift I actually plan to see next year, but picked up the sequel. Too Fast, Too Furious. This time directed by John Singleton, who directed Boys in the Hoods, doing Four Brothers I actually want to see, but Too Fast, Too Furious, this is the sequel. Not Paul Walker. Paul Walker's in this. Vin Diesel does not come back because he was off doing Triple X. You have Eva Mendes in this, who is hot, I'll say that. Tyrese Gibson. Cole Hauser from what's that? Pitch Black is in this. We also got Ludacris. James Remar's in this from The Warriors in 48 Hours and Judge Dredd. You want to be afraid of somebody? Be afraid of me. That James Remar. Good actor, but definitely looks like a fun sequel. I know that there's a lot of people who may not like the sequel. In fact, they'll say it's a step down from the first one. I don't know. I'll be the judge of it when I see it. I will admit, I did not want this in full screen. I wish that it was in widescreen. That was the only copy I could find. Fine, though. So it's just sort of like, you know what, I'll get it in full screen is what it is. But in terms of features, you got supercharged stunt, thrilling deleted scenes, outtakes, making music with Ludacris, inside Too Fast, Too Furious, feature commentary with director John Singleton, Did You Know That, animated anecdotes, Fast and Furious video game sneak peek, driving school with the cast, tricking out a hot import car, and much more. So definitely got a lot of bang for your buck with the special features in this movie. So definitely I'll tell you guys what I think of these movies once I see them. Definitely will get my thoughts on them soon, but that's Too Fast, Too Furious. And the next film is one that is directed by David Cronenberg, written and directed by him. And this is one that's considered by many to be a cult classic, so figured why not check this out. Of course, I think a lot of people know this from the literal head explosion in this film. And if you guys know David Cronenberg, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Scanners. Bare bones DVD, nothing much on it other than the 2 theatrical trailer. We got like Michael Ironside in this, who was in Starship Troopers, and he did the voice of Sam Fisher in Splinter Cell. Stephen Lack, among many others. Jennifer O'Neill, Patrick McGohan. Never seen this film. I'll give my thoughts on it once I've seen it. Looks like a really interesting film. Definitely, like all Cronenberg's work, it's bloody. Looks like there's some good gore in it. Definitely looks like a great movie. I'll give my thoughts on it once I see it. But that's Scanners. Next one I got, this is one that I've been searching for such a long time. I actually found this in a shop for like $1 in my area, along with this next one. But really wanted to see this one for a while. Could never find it. But I finally found a copy of it in good condition. That is Behind Enemy Lines. Directed by John Moore, starring Owen Wilson, Gene Hackman. Owen Wilson, of course, from Writing Crashers, which I saw recently and absolutely loved. I'll do a review on that film later. Gene Hackman from Ants and Superman, and Enemy of the State, which he was one of the only... Well, I wouldn't say he was one of the only good parts of that, because I liked the film. It felt short, and it didn't live up to what I wanted, but he's in this. Joaquim de Almeida, David Keith, Oleg Kripa, but that's all the cash you get. But looks like a fun movie. Looks like an interesting ride. In terms of features, you got a full-length commentary by director John Moore, a full-length commentary by the producers, extended deleted scenes, behind-the-scenes featurette, and more. So nice to have this for the collection. The other one I got, this is to add to the Tarantino collection. This is a film that I'm sure a lot of you know about. I'm sure a lot of people growing up in the 90s have heard of this film, have heard of just the noise that it made when it came out, how people were basically saying that this is the reason Columbine happened, this is the reason our children are delinquents now. This movie is the reason, which I disagree with. I hate when people use this film in that way. Even as I was going to get this film, like I remember a year ago when I was going to look for a copy of this movie, and I saw it in the place. My dad was literally like, thank God you didn't get that, because I didn't get it because I was sort of like, you know what, maybe I'll get it another time, but I wanted to check this film out because I love the writer in this. I know he disowned the film because it wasn't his vision. They rewrote the film behind his back. I honestly wish that they kept the original version because at the time this was coming off a big thing he did, Reservoir Dogs. Of course, you know Quentin Tarantino wrote this film, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Natural Born Killers. And this is the director's cut, which it contains exclusive unseen and unedited footage. Yeah. But not too much for features. You do get a deleted scenes, director's commentary, cast and crew interviews, among many others. But yeah, I wanted to give this film a shot and add this to my Tarantino collection. Some people may love it, like my dad who hates it. Thought it was a weird movie, and believe me, I think I could see why. But I'll give my thoughts on it once I see it. But that's Natural Born Killers. I like that cover too, I will be honest. I think that cover kind of symbolizes the weirdness of the movie. Good cast too. Very good cast. You got Woody Harrelson, Juliette Lewis, Robert Downey Jr., Tommy Lee Jones, Tom Sizemore. You got appearance. This version actually has appearances from particular actors: Ashley Judd, Warren Jones, I think Stephen Wright has a role in this. I think I could be wrong, but Dennis Leary also has a scene in this. So good celebrity casting in this. I'll get my thoughts on it once I've seen it. But this next DVD that I actually got, this is for a film that I really wanted to see. I really wanted to check this film out. I've heard many people say they love this movie, especially this edition, which is actually by the guys who did the Freak DVD that I want to get. But I really wanted this film, and I really wanted this particular edition because it's a 2-disc edition. If you want to see this film, definitely get this edition. And definitely think that this is a movie that deserves a lot more credit than it gets. I think it deserves a lot more love, and I think it definitely deserves to be recognized more from what I've seen. Because this movie is a bang-up cast. It's a bang-up vampire movie that definitely looks like a fun ride, and that is Near Dark. Got the 2-disc edition on DVD right here. Nice little shine there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but for those who've never seen Near Dark, it's directed by Catherine Bigelow. Came out the same time as The Lost Boys. It got beat out by it, but this is a 2-disc. As I said, this is a 2-disc edition. It's a pull-out, very nice DVD looking DVD. Let's just say I fought for the South. We lost. We keep odd hours. It's a really interesting DVD too. I didn't think this DVD was going to be that interesting, but believe me, it is. They have all the quotes from the people. Open it up. It's got 2-disc edition. Like the discs themselves, actually, the discs say the movie Near Dark. And you got a little pamphlet actually describing the making of the movie. I don't know if you guys saw that. So some stuff from the posters and whatnot. There's also some interesting facts you can learn about. 12 things you may have missed, or other interesting facts about Near Dark. I didn't know this was from the producers of The Golden Child and Witness. That's interesting. Don't say the V word. What's that? But that's the inside of it. I might give this film a watch. I've never seen it. I've never seen it all the way through, but from what I've seen of it, I really like the film. You know, a lot of people did seem to like it too, even though it's under the radar. But very good cast. You got Adrian Pasdar, Jenny Wright, Lance Henriksen from Aliens and Hard Target. Bill Paxton's also in this from Club Dread, which I talked about a year ago. And Aliens, of course, and Twister. Jeanette Goldstein, Tim Thomerson. Very good cast, very good cast. And this is a very good DVD. It shows it's a 2-disc edition. You got audio commentary provided by the director, Catherine Bigelow. Why does that name sound so familiar? Is that the woman who did Point Break? I want to go in there and get my Point Break VHS, because I think... Yeah, that was her. I think that's her. That's the woman who did... this, and also did Point Break with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. But yeah, there's also moving on. Besides that, there's also a all-new 47-minute documentary featuring interviews with Catherine Bigelow. Stars Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, Adrian Pasdar, Jeanette Goldstein, producers Steve Charles Jaffe, director of photography Adam Greenberg, executive producer Edward S. Feldman, deleted scene commentary with director Catherine Bigelow, original 2 theatrical trailers, original storyboards, poster and still gallery, behind the scenes still gallery, talent bios. And if you guys have a DVD-ROM thing, you can put this in your computer and read the original screenplay and get some screensavers. Might do that actually, but definitely nice to have this in the collection. been looking for this film for a long time, but that's Near Dark. And the next DVD that I got, only 3 more left. This is for one that I actually saw a review on. I actually figured why not check it out. Looks like an interesting film. Looks like an idea that I haven't seen as much. A sort of 50s horror film with a sort of cannibal vibe to it, and has this sort of has a very gory feel to it, and definitely looks like one that can offer up a lot. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've heard from people that they actually like the film, so figure why not pick it up. And for those wondering, that movie is none other than Ravenous, with Guy Pearce, Robert Carley, Jeremy Davis, Jeffrey Jones from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is in this, John Spencer, Stephen Spinelli, David Arquette's also in this. Is around the time he's coming off of Scream. It's Scream 2. Neil McDonough's in this, yeah. But he's not in the film very long. He gets killed. Definitely not the greatest actor, but... Is he on the cover here? I could be wrong. I know Neil McDonough's going to be in the Hitcher remake, which I don't look forward to seeing, but definitely looks like a fun film. Definitely looks like an interesting one. I'll check out and review, but that's Ravenous. And the next DVD that I got, this is one that I've been really wanting to see. I think this movie looks awesome. I love John Carpenter's movies, and this is one that I just had to see. I really had to see this film. I thought it looked interesting. I've never seen it. I've just seen it referenced everywhere I go. My friends talk about it. The idea itself is referenced. And it has a really cool idea to it and a great cast to it, too. Like, the glasses really show the real world. And that is, of course, They Live. This is the widescreen edition. Nothing for features, just a bootleg DVD. But you got Rowdy Piper as your main guy, Keith David, Meg Foster. Looks like a really fun film. Definitely looks like an interesting film. Definitely looks like a good time. I'll talk about this film once I've seen it. Never seen it, which is surprising. But yeah, definitely glad to have that. And the last DVD I got, this is one that I really had to have this DVD because even though I've already reviewed this film, I have to see it again. Definitely glad to have this because I'm going to watch this film a lot. And a lot of people have heard my thoughts about it. I did a review just talking about this film, praising the hell out of it. I think back in March or April. I could be wrong, but that is none other than Constantine. This is the 2-disc deluxe edition DVD, which is an awesome DVD. This is one of the best DVDs I ever gotten for a superhero film. Definitely one of the best 2-disc deluxe edition DVDs to ever get. Because not only do you get the movie, which is a 2-disc DVD. Get a free DVD too. So you get a mobile game and some offers and whatnot. An offer for House of Wax, which I actually saw and I loved. I got to review that film soon. But yeah, it's a 2-disc edition DVD. Not only do you get that, but you also get a comic book for I don't want to crease it 'cause it's a good comic book, but yeah, that's the comic book for Hellblazer, or Constantine. It's basically what this movie's based on. But in terms of that, for features, you got a buttload of features on this DVD. But starting off on the first disc, you got commentary by director Francis Lawrence, producer Akiva Goldsman, and screenwriters Kevin Broadbent and Frank Capello. A Perfect Circle passive music video, 2 theatrical trailers, That's the first disc. On disc 2, you get 18 minutes of deleted scene, including an alternate ending, Conjuring Constantine, the production from Hell documentary gallery, director's confessional collision with evil holy relics, imagining the underworld documentary gallery, the hellscape, visualizing Vernum, warrior wings, unholy abduction, Constantine cosmology, foresight, the power of pre-visualization, and of course exclusive DVD-ROM content. That's the DVD of Constantine. Awesome DVD. Definitely glad to have this for the collection. I definitely think it's definitely one of the best DVDs I've gotten. Definitely think it's one of the most loaded DVDs I've ever gotten. But that's Constantine. Love the movie. If you guys want to see my thoughts on it, check out my review. But that is my update. It's a very big update, but definitely a lot was offered in this update. Definitely can't wait to check a lot of these out and give them my thoughts on it. And as you guys know, next time I'm going to be doing a review on Sin City. I'm writing up the review right now as we speak. It's just been coming back and doing a lot recently. Basically been working and whatnot. I have work tomorrow, but you guys know. But I'll get the review done with as soon as I can. Where's that Too Fast, Too Furious DVD? I know it's right there. I'm gonna watch it a little bit. I'm gonna watch it another day. Yeah, been working, trying to get myself back into the groove of working, especially after coming back and all that. But definitely we'll get the review done, and then I'm going to get around to the Amityville Horror review. That's one that I've really been wanting to talk about for a while. But anyway, have you guys seen these films? Have you guys seen any of these shows? Tell me what you guys think of these in the comments below. Do you guys like these movies? Do you guys hate them? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys later. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in the wonderful world of YouTube. Bye.